U.S. Open champion, Bryson DeChambeau!
Gosh, I'm trying to hold it in right now. The support's been overwhelming.
Tickets for Nashville this week are nearly sold out. We are calling this the Bryson effect.
I mean, with how much support we have out here, and it's just the start, that's a testament to what Live Golf is and what the Crushers are doing, what our team's doing, and what we're trying to do for Nashville and places all across the globe. So super excited for the future of Live.
It was nice to at least walk down the last few holes, or at least the last hole, knowing that it was pretty much done. It's never safe, but very proud of everybody, and of course Tiro. I mean, what a week to get his first win in a few years and win by 6 in an absolutely dominant performance the way he did. It was absolutely incredible, so I couldn't be happier for him.
Certainly with not winning for 3.5 years, you kind of naturally question if you can do it again. So I'm just proud of myself to be able to get through that and play the way I did.
Ferrall has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. It's pain-free Friday. Ferrall's doling out minutes on the mahogany, waxing it up. 100, 200, the bad seat, the broken, the bad apple, the bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh, people dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion shake-out up should do me, along with the golf prop king, Carver High. Mafia running it today with Vinny Jr., as our boy Luke is off getting hammered at a wedding on a C2C Filthy Friday. We roll with these guests, of course, Morency, a double shot from Vancouver, the sports rager himself, plus Dave Aragona from the Daily Racing Form, getting you ready for the spa at Saratoga. And Matt Murschel, who covers college football for us, and the Orlando Sentinel, all today on C2C. What do we got in terms of the leaderboard, Carver High? Good to see you at the Scottish. Yesterday I told you I was betting on Oberg. How's he doing?
He's doing very well. In fact, he's in the lead, Scotty. Your boy Ludwig Bear has got himself 12 under. He shot a tremendous round today with 6 under, doubled him up to 12 under. He will head into the weekend as the sole leader at the Renaissance Club in Scotland. But there are several within striking distance behind him going into the weekend. Antoine Rosner, the Frenchman, at 11 under. I believe you mentioned him yesterday. Sanjay Im is at 10 under. How about Matteo Manassero, the Italian, at 10 under as well?
What about Ferrall-Gala?
Ferrall-Gala is 9 under. We got Thigala Morikawa, Højgaard. This guy, and Alejandro Del Rey, the Spaniard, he shot an 8 under 63 today. Tremendous job by him. So nice job by Del Rey, 62, excuse me. And Rory also at -9, 3 back. I watched the entire back 9 of Rory today, Scotty. He really should be, at best, 1 shot back of Ludwig. He missed another 3-footer for birdie on the par 5 16.
He's got the
like
yips.
Almost like he missed at the U.S. Open. He had another birdie putt that was in the 6 to 7 foot range that he was not able to drop. So he had the same problems that plagued him on that Sunday at Pinehurst, or else he'd be around 11 or 12 under as well at this point. So we've got a lot of guys who are going to be in the mix all weekend long at the Renaissance Club over there in Scotland. Of course, you also have the Jabroni tournament going on, the ISCO.
Who's winning the Jabroni?
Actually, right now, Alex Smalley, Garrick Higo, hello, and your boy Angel Hidalgo Portillo. Who? Hayden Springer. There's like
Jerry
5 guys for the lead right now. Pearson Cootie, who had the lead after round 1,
cooties.
he just started. So all these guys passed him. He was 11 under yesterday. He's already 1 under through 2. I would guess he's going to rocket past these guys as he starts his second round later this afternoon. So we have all of that going on as well. I also wanted to give you this note because I like to keep you updated with this on Summer Fridays here on Coast to Coast. You have 5 more Summer Fridays without football on C2C. 6 weeks from today, we will go into the week 0 for college football with the Florida State game in Ireland. There's a couple of games on that weekend. So 6 Fridays from now, we will have some football to talk about and some picks to make on a Friday. So we're almost there. 5 more football-free Summer Fridays.
I mean, that is
on
like
C2C.
That is insane. That's like, in layman's terms, that's 6 weeks.
That's it. We are there, baby. And I think the first teams start showing up to training camp for the NFL in the next couple days. I think even the teams playing in the Hall of Fame game are this weekend or Monday or Tuesday. So you're going to start to see these NFL teams start to show up for training camp. It is all starting to happen for us here on C2C. Let's go. We got a lot of stuff to do today, of course. Huge slate of baseball tonight. Everybody is going to be in action. Final weekend before the All-Star break, which is going to take place in Arlington Monday and Tuesday. Home Run Derby Monday night. And then the game on Tuesday. And the game just got a whole lot better, at least the first inning of it, right, Scotty? Because we have been clamoring for it on C2C. A lot of people have been clamoring for it, and it was made official this morning.
No one else matters but us.
Paul Skenes is going to start for the National League in the All-Star game, almost a year to the day. I'll give you that later. To him being drafted number 1 overall out of LSU. He's going to be the first rookie to start the All-Star game as a pitcher since Nomo in 95. What an honor for Paul Skenes.
I mean, his stuff is so nasty and so amazing and so fun to watch. He's must-see TV. He's must-see buy a ticket to see in person. He's selling out stadiums. You know, it's funny. People talk about Caitlin Clark. What this guy's doing is surreal. Every time he pitches, he's over 7.5, over the moon in Ks. He had 11 yesterday and a no-hitter when they yanked him. Somehow they held on and won that game 1-0. He's been unbelievable. He's been humble about it all. He jokes that it's always got nothing to do with him, and they're having a bucket hat night is why all the fans are there, and he's a funny dude. He's cool. People love him. He's got the mustache. Everybody's rocking mustaches at the games. People want to see him everywhere, and baseball finally got something right.
They finally got something right, and I was going to say to you, too, we beat up on baseball a lot for a lot of the things that they do. They always wait till Monday to announce this, right? They have the managers at some dopey press conference from there at the All-Star game, giving they put the big starting lineup on the board, and everybody waits to find out. This was the smartest thing they've ever done, because now, instead of everybody finding out Monday, a day before, you've got the entire weekend to promote the hell out of it that Skenes is going to be the first guy out there on Tuesday night, and everyone's going to tune in, because who's he going to face right out of the gate? Gunnar Henderson, Soto, and Judge are probably the 3 guys he's going to see boom, boom, boom to start the game. And you can build that for 4 days now. Very smart from MLB.
Yeah, and, he's a guy that puts on a show. He knows exactly what he's doing. Have you seen the way he does the leg kick after he strikes guys out, and he wheels it around and walks off the mound? I mean, my man's got it all going. I told you that he reminds me of Nolan Ryan, right? Like, he throws just filth, and he throws BBs and fire, and everything's dropping off the table like a wet noodle. He's got the split-fingered sinker. The guy is he's worth the price of admission. My man has got it all going. And I mean to tell you, not only that, how about this? Let's just be honest. So I bet on him 5 straight starts and made money. 5 straight starts and made money. And you know who I'm doing that with. That individual lives in this house, but only in the summers.
There you go. Skenes for the All-Star game
going on over here.
We also have the start of Summer League, Vegas Summer League. In fact, the first game, it tips in less than an hour. The Cavs and the Magic, so they're going to get going. There are 7 games today, both at those two next door to each other, the Thomas and Mack and the Cox Pavilion over there on that corner in Vegas. So everybody basketball city right now for that. We have got 2 big soccer matches to talk about this weekend, both the Euro and the Copa final, which will take place on Sunday. We have a very long list of things to accomplish today on Coast to Coast, Scotty, that's for sure.
Programming note. Hurrah! Sunday night at 8 o'clock on SportsGrid, SportsGrid TV, SportsGrid app, sportsgrid.com/watch. All of our streaming networks, all of our TV stations, everywhere. It's the Copa final with Ferrall and Spittin' Speeds. Dane Martinez will be live and on all of our radio affiliates and satellite. Channel 159 on Sirius. See you Sunday night.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the game starts so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
After Atlanta won the draft lottery, that I was taking Ricochet number 1. When he was at plus 425, I said Ricochet's going number 1. Well, hot damn, who's the big minus money favorite to go number 1 in the draft? Zachary Ricochet. Hopefully you had jumped on this earlier enough because the trains left the station.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
England survived yesterday in the Euro round of 16. They score in the stoppage time, and then in extra time, they score the game winner.
You want to wait to the very final minutes? And I say this again, Ben. I don't know. I think you were here last year for my rant on this. Why don't we just play soccer the way you play it when you're down a goal with like 5 minutes to go?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
It's the BetMGM offer of the week. Score a bigger payout on the Euros and Copa America when you win with an odds boost token. For all the games across both tournaments, bring your picks and parlays to the pitch and turn any game into a must-watch. Download the BetMGM app, and it's on.
All right, Morency is the sports rager. Everybody loves him. 10 East every night on weekdays, right here on SportsGrid. TV, SportsGrid Radio, SportsGrid app, sportsgrid.com/watch, all the TV outlets, Samsung, Vizio, LG, all the streaming networks, all the TV stations, all the radio stations like 1090 ESPN Radio in San Diego near Tijuana. Do you wanna? From Baja to the Canadian Rockies, all over the West Coast, you can hear the Big Stick out of Rosarito, 1090 booming at night. And then, of course, Sports Byline USA and all their affiliates out of San Francisco, DPAC holding it down for us. Satellite radio all over the Southern Hemisphere on Sirius XM channel 159, Sports Rage, weeknights at 10. So, Morency, you look good. You look clean. You got the nice shirt on. They would not let you play in that shirt at Wimbledon. You would be forced to change to a white tennis shirt, which would upset you, throw you off your game. Like McEnroe, you'd be angry. You might even go back into the room and have a cocktail with Ferrall before coming out to play in the semifinals against the Joker. So Djokovic goes to meet your boy Alcatraz Prison in the final at Wimbledon. What do you think?
I gotta tell you, it's as good as it gets. We've been waiting for Alcaraz to take that next step and become the next great one. Remember, he said, I'm going to win 30 Grand Slam major tournaments. And said, all right, let's start off with 3. All right, let's start off, you know what I mean? Let's start to, put a little bit of a streak together here. Listen, Djokovic is a jerk. Let's just call it out for what it is. He's an unlikable person, but he's arguably the greatest player ever to play. Let's just call it out for what it is. Roger Federer might be a nice guy and a great ambassador to the game.
Right.
But Djokovic has outlasted them. He's better than Nadal was, right? Nadal, great guy, great player, but kind of a specialist on a couple of surfaces. Djokovic is just an all-around killer, and Alcaraz really is, potentially, the future kingpin. Some really good young tennis players, Scott. It's going to be must-see TV, great matchup. And like I said, even though Novak is not a likable guy, he really is a hell of a tennis player, Scott. To be doing this, you know this, bro. You've been around a long time, tennis. It's a young man's sport. It's a young woman's sport. Like women, by the time you're 25, it's like, listen, man, think you should start thinking about your future a little bit, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Men, it's more like 30. It's like being a running back. Like you don't see, there's not 42-year-old men running around on the court and stuff. Djokovic isn't young. Very impressive what he's done. Awesome stuff. But I like Alcaraz to beat him, actually, Scott. I like Alcaraz
the last
to beat him.
guy that did it, I did the 30 for 30 on ESPN, was Jimmy Connors when he went to the semis of the U.S. Open at 39 years old. I'll say this. I am surprised, Gabe, that he had surgery so soon and was back on the court with a, knee sleeve on. And like nothing happened. I mean, he was back in business in a short order, right? And that he's mowed through again to make his 10th Wimbledon final. I think his 10th final, his 37th major, something of this nature. He's won the most at the Aussie, and he's won the French. He's won Wimbledon, I think 4 times. And he's won the U.S. Open several times. But he said today even that it was his favorite tournament. Growing up, he said he watched bombs fly over and planes fly over dropping bombs in Serbia, dreaming of playing at center court at Wimbledon, and here he is again.
I grew up loving Wimbledon as well, Scott, but as I've gotten older, the U.S. Open has become my favorite tennis
Me
major.
too.
It's just, you can't beat it. You have that New York flair. They don't worry. They're not worried about what color your shirt is. People are smoking weed, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a Snoop Dogg concert, like everywhere. Like everywhere. And some players are like, I'm getting stoned. Can you stop this? Other players are like loving it. Hey, it's great. It's like a rock concert here. And the atmosphere, and there's something about it. Like, they're all special, Scott. Tennis is a great sport. It really is. Like, if it's the one time I'm a little bit envious of, like, you see all these rich influencers and super rich people and stuff, Scott.
Right.
If I had the money, I wouldn't mind. Like you and I right now would be sitting at the box at Wimbledon, drinking white wine there. Like, it's getting lit.
Let me
It'd
tell
be
you
great.
something.
You know what I mean? going to Roland Garros and stuff like that. Like some of these, like I don't care. I don't want to go to the Masters, Scott. Good for you. Okay. Do I want to go to the British Open next week? No, I don't. But if you told me, Morency, we got box seats at Wimbledon, I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty badass. Let's go.
Listen, so the U.S. Open, I've been to it several times, and it is exactly as you advertised. So at nighttime when they play till 1, 2 in the morning.
That's awesome,
I mean to tell you, it is a cloud.
And you got the planes flying over and stuff. I love that.
And then people they have literally gigantic bars set up all around Arthur Ashe. And you can
the whole
just
compound, the grounds. So you walk around, sit around. And the thing is, people were smoking weed on the grounds there before it was legal. That's what we want to clarify here, too. Like, this is a tradition forever. So now, and that's the funny thing now, because some people complain, and basically they're like, listen, it's legal. Like, we're good. Like, they don't care. Like I said, big-time party at the U.S. Open.
I mean to tell you, I went for the first time ever, right? And I'm there for a day-night doubleheader, and I was hammered, drinking Heinekens. They had the Heineken tent set up, and then I go into my seats with my buddy, and everyone's sparking up bones, and I'm like, what is happening here? This is fantastic. And I stayed all day, all night. I had the time of my life. It was so cool that I went back for more. I started going. I'm like, I'm going at night. It's way more fun at night under the lights. And it is rowdy. It's lit. And then when it's over, they all go to Manhattan and party and go to restaurants and bars. And it is a scene in New York City, that U.S. Open. You're right. It's the last tennis tournament in the world. I don't care what anybody says.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Will they both make it? Yes. But it has more to do with the fact of the three teams that are not really good at all in Dallas, Washington, and the Sparks, and an Atlanta Dream Team without Ryan Howard that's spiraling out of control. If they can get those two teams, Indiana and Chicago, that's going to be a major boom for ratings.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We get a double shot with Morency every day, fortunately, on Coast to Coast on the grid. Check them out, weeknight, Sports Rage, 10 Eastern on everything, all the TV, all the radio. We're everywhere. We're unavoidable, and so is Morency. So I was just saying to you how cheesy I think Joe Shane is. Like, I can't get over what this has done to his image. Like, he looks like a drip. Like, his whole act, like, the one thing that stood out to me was him trying to be cool with the brothers. Like, are you kidding me? They think this guy's the biggest dork in town. The way he talked to Barkley was just laughable. Like, hey, how's your summer going? What have you been up to? What are you doing? Hey, you promise? You promise me? I have your word, right? Like, I mean,
so
this guy,
condescending to Barkley.
You have to be glad he's gone from Buffalo.
Well, I tell you what, and a lot of people, were very excited. Oh, Dable and Shane, you're getting the Buffalo light, so to speak. All right, how's it working out for you? It's imploding, right? If they get it wrong, the Giants are terrible at the draft table. I don't know if it's the Maras are overly involved. Anybody, and I'm not a diehard Hard Knocks watcher because I know the clips will pop up, but there's a video of Joe Shane, the general manager of the Giants, supposedly making his last plea and his last call to Saquon Barkley. And he's like, yo, what's up, Saquon? Yeah, we were talking and, we figured it'd be good if you just sort of test the market. But can you promise us that you'll come back to us after and tell us what the market is? And Saquon, you could just tell, wants to hang up the whole time.
He's like
he said, he's like, bro, how's your summer been? How you doing, go? Saquon's like, good.
What?
Yes. Like, he's sort of like, yes.
I'm not your friend. I'm not your buddy.
And. Oh, the end of the call, Saquon's like, it's all good, bro. Click. He's like, okay. So you basically chase Saquon out, and fine. And then out of spite, I think he went to the Eagles. He's like, all right, I'm going to the Eagles, and I'm going to torture your ass. But, Scott, the little line with I love there was one guy, the personnel guy on the couch. There's all of them. And they're all like, yes, man, except the one guy.
He's like, what are we going to do here?
He goes, so what's our direction now? He says to Shane. Shane's like, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, we just gave away 80% of our offense. The guy scores all of our touchdowns and moves the ball for us. And so what are we going to do? That's the personnel. That's like the football smart guy. Saying,
Right.
like, what the F are we going to do now?
Right.
Okay, fine. You showed up, Saquon, on a phone call. Now what? And then he dropped, we don't pay Daniel Jones. We're not paying our quarterback $40 million a year to hand it off.
Worst deal ever. Worst deal ever is giving that guy
$40 million a year.
$40 million. He's awful. And, he's better when he takes off running than he is when he throws it.
They're bad. Like, if there's a team I always want to pick on, I don't like them at all. I got to be honest with you. Then you had Marvin Harrison in the room, and Shane drops, hey, Kyle McCord. Hey, he's a pretty bad quarterback. To Harrison at Ohio State. Like, they were showing, basically they were going over tape and showing plays, and he said, oh, that's not your fault. That was a bad pass from your quarterback. Not very good, huh? Harrison kind of looked at him, and he goes, I could have made the play. So you're the Giants. You're taking pot shots at college quarterbacks. There's another video out there, Scott, of Brian Dable messing with Jaden Daniels' head in a video, in an interview. He ain't even playing for you. You have Daniel Jones. Dable and Shane, they think they're the smartest guys in the room, Scott. Right? And they're not even in the room. You're you're at the end of the hall in the remedial class, okay? You're not the smartest guy in that room either. The Giants, to me, bro, spinning their wheels, Scott, going nowhere fast with Dable and with Daniel Jones. To me, the best bet in the NFL this year is the Philadelphia Eagles to win that division at plus 100.
Honestly, I just remember a day when, I covered and traveled with the Steelers every week for years. And I remember the general manager always had power, and there was an aura about him, and there was a intimidation factor, and you had to respect him no matter what. And if I walked into a room with this clown, I'd be like, how in the F did you get this job? You are such a nerd.
He seems like the type of guy who would knock on your door to complain about the music, Scott. You'd be like, get the F off my property and get out of here. That's what you tell this guy.
At the U.S. Open complaining about the weed.
Smells like weed. I know. You're right. Joe Shane complains about marijuana being smoked at the U.S. Open.
Well, listen, I went out to dinner with Mafia and Dable, and we thought he was a really cool guy. I went out and had cigars with him a day later. I thought he was a really cool guy. I think his days are numbered if they keep sucking as bad as they do. But I think everything you say is right. Dead on. I'm with you on all of it. Hey, Morency, have a great weekend. We'll catch you tonight on Sports Rage, and we'll see you Monday on Coast to Coast.
anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Will they both make it? Yes. But it has more to do with the fact of the three teams that are not really good at all in Dallas, Washington, and the Sparks, and an Atlanta Dream team without Ryan Howard that's spiraling out of control. If they can get those two teams, Indiana and Chicago, that's going to be a major boom for ratings.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Listen, you got to jump on this today, Friday, the BetMGM account holder deal for a 50% tennis odds boost token to use on a tennis straight bet. When you opt into the promotion, go to the BetMGM app on iOS or Android or BetMGM.com for details. Here's the skinny. I'll save you the time. You got today to go get this token and make your bet on the women's final or the men's final Saturday and Sunday. It's that simple. 50% odds boost token on a straight tennis bet on either the Saturday women's or Sunday men's final. You got a 50% boost token. Boom, you can make all kinds of money if you nail the winning choice in that straight bet. So check it out at BetMGM.com. I think you'll love it. 50% odds boost token. You can't beat that. Carver High, let's start rolling into some baseball. First, I will say to you that I'm very upset at 34C today. She's dragged me into yet another dinner party, and this time she's really gone out of her way to irritate me. The place is 45 minutes away with no traffic. Now listen, what day is it? It's Friday. Is there such a thing as no traffic in New York City on a Friday? Friday night, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Saturday early? I mean, it doesn't matter. 45 minutes. I'm like, 45 minutes? I go, it'll take 90 to get there. And I said, well, when's the reservation? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. I go, we won't be there till 7:30 at the earliest. Why would you make me drive an hour to go to dinner with anyone? Honestly. And I said, when I get there, I am drinking martinis. I'm going to have like 5 of them just because you made me. And people I don't even know. Honestly, Carver High, these are critical errors.
Yeah, like I said, especially in the summer, a summer Friday, you got people going to the shore, out east. You got people going all over the place. That's not going to be a good scene for you. Enjoy the dinner, though. I guess get something good there. I hope they got something good on the menu for you. Seabass. Let's go through all of tonight's action, last night's games, before we get to tonight's action in baseball. Everybody's playing. It's a Friday night. Last weekend before the All-Star break. Rays beat the Yankees 5-4 last night. Now, I got to tell you, I was extremely upset right out of the gate with this one. Did you see the ball that Diaz hit in the first inning for the Rays?
That's our guy.
We had him last night for the Tater, all right? Now, I don't think the camera followed the ball. I think it hit that catwalk, and it should have been a homer. And we got robbed of getting a homer for Diaz there. But because you saw Grisham had it lined up, and then it kicked to another area. Should have been a homer. We got screwed, but ball don't lie. Randy Arozarena, the very next hitter, he hit this one real hard as well on Bally Sports Florida.
I could turn that around abruptly. And there's a shot to left. That's going to do it. All the way back and gone. Home run, Arozarena. Randy Arozarena takes care of the scoring. And no need for a replay on that one. That baby is out of here.
Ferrall Arena with his 12th, he's still a decent player for them.
He is, and I'll say this. We said yesterday that Cortez gives up a lot of hard hit balls to that Ray offense, and that's precisely what he did last night. The first two of the game were smoked, and it kept on going from there.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the clip, but Boone actually afterward said he thought he had good stuff, Scotty. He actually sat there in his chair and said, well, I didn't think he had bad stuff. He was giving up line drive. Balls were getting smoked off the bat against him. He threw 90-plus pitches in 4 innings. Where in the world do you ever think that he had good stuff last night? The excuses that come out when
they're never failing.
When they're not playing well, and they're in one of those, clearly in one of those droughts again. It's been a month of futility for the Yankees. They've done nothing in a month. And this is every year they get into these stretches. And every year it's the same thing. The excuses that get made out of this guy are mind-boggling. It really is. He had good stuff.
I think eventually,
he did not have good stuff.
Listen, you and I have tried to get this guy fired for the last couple of years.
We've tried.
And now it's come full circle. It's got to happen this year. If they screw this up, which they already are in the midst of, they're doing it right now. They're unraveling over the last month like no other. They had this huge lead. They were playing great. They were winning every game. They had the best pitching staff in baseball. And now they have nothing going well except Aaron Judge. I mean, Soto's not even doing anything anymore. Ever since Stanton went out, they haven't won. And Stanton was hitting home runs. He had 18 of them. His pitching staff stinks. Gil stinks. Cortez stinks. And then he always talks about how great everything is. I think eventually Cashman has no choice, but at the end of this debacle, when it's all said and done and they don't matter and they're out of it, they'll fire him finally.
Why should he get to hire another manager? Why should he get another manager? Why should he get to hire someone else? Oh, he's got the keys to the castle.
I mean, he's sleeping with Hal. That's
I've
where
told
he's sleeping
you
tonight.
Forever. Hal is lazy. He doesn't want to have to actually do the work to find someone to replace Cashman because he has life too easy now. Cashman runs the entire organization, so he doesn't have to do anything. So he doesn't want to have to go through the effort of actually having to do something. That's why he keeps Cashman around. It's nonsense.
I think he's it's a cash cow. Yankee Stadium is a Federal Reserve, and money just being printed. And I actually think that's all he cares about is that the profits. And also, I think it's the same thing across the river in Jersey with the Giants. I think that the Maras and Tisch family, they have made so much G-damn money over the last 40 years. It doesn't matter. And the fact that they have 4 Lombardis in the foyer, that's all you need to make money in the NFL. If you've won 4 of them and you're the New York Football Giants, they never talk about the Jets this way. The Giants have all the juice, and they always have in this town. That's all there is to it. And they don't do anything to make that team better. They just pretend like they do. We're going to bring in these 2 guys from Buffalo. The hires they've made at head coach the last 15 years, the Giants, are laughable. They don't care about their decisions or the franchise. They really don't, about what's going on and how it's going and how they're winning and losing. It's all about the fact that they make tons of money. They don't care because they make so much money. I don't think Hal or the Maras just care about anything other than making money. And there's really nothing wrong with that at the end of the day, making money.
There's nothing wrong with making money, that's for sure. Phillies do sweep the Dodgers, a 5-1 win last night. Is there anyone hotter than Trey Turner now in baseball? NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Fly ball right field, pretty well hit. Going back, Pages back to the wall, gone! Another home run for Trey Turner. Number 9 on the year. He is on fire. This time going the opposite way. It's 1-0 Phillies.
I almost fell over when he just said that was number 9. It seems like number 19 to me. He's hit all 9 of them in the last 2 weeks.
He missed some time, if you remember. I mean, he really didn't play. I think he was out 4 or 6 weeks, whatever it was, in May and June. So he missed a good portion of the season, and now he's making up for lost time, is precisely what Trey Turner has done so far this year. Schwarber homered again last night, also his second game in a row. Zach Wheeler will miss his start on Sunday due to nagging back issues, Scotty. So the thought process for the Phillies here is extra long break for Zach Wheeler. He wasn't going to pitch in the All-Star game anyway because he was slated to start on Sunday. Now they'll wait. They'll probably slot him in last out of the break. It's like a good 2.5-week break for Zach Wheeler, which is probably needed.
Vacation time for Zach. And I've been riding Turner every night on Taters, betting him on props, as you know. So, and then, I mean, it was a good night. 9-3 picking those baseball winners on C2C on Thursday. So hopefully we can do the same thing again tonight.
You might be able to go back to him tonight with, I believe, who is this? Hogan Harris pitching for Oakland tonight.
Hogan's
in Philadelphia. Hogan, Double H. He could be in a lot of trouble against Schwarber and Turner and the rest of the crew tonight down there.
Bryce Harper, about time he hits one.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Will they both make it? Yes. But it has more to do with the fact of the 3 teams that are not really good at all in Dallas, Washington, and the Sparks, and an Atlanta Dream Team without Ryan Howard that's spiraling out of control. If they can get those 2 teams, Indiana and Chicago, that's going to be a major boom for ratings.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. That's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Once again, Carver High, the go for it bet of the night was the Cubs again beating the Orioles at Camden for a big, fat, juicy payout. How about that? They swept them.
They did sweep them. Sweeping Camden Yards for the Cubbies, who actually came into that series, Scotty, playing awful. So nice to see them get off the deck. Steele pitched outstanding as well. How about the night for Seiya Suzuki? 3 for 5. 3 extra base hits. He drove in 3 runs, including this triple on Marquee.
Scorched center field. Mullins back some more. It's over his head and off the wall. Bush racing towards third. Michael heading to the plate. Here's Seiya racing for third, and he's in. Throw gets away. It's a run-scoring triple for Seiya Suzuki, and it's 6-0. Have a night. 3 extra base hits, and all 3 of them produce runs.
Man, and he was flying around the bases.
And now they go to St. Louis for a series at Busch with the Cardinals, who just got done getting thumped by the Royals.
I hope they sweep them, too. I hope the Cubs sweep the Cardinals this weekend. That would be fun, hopefully, if that can happen. Red Sox beat the A's 7-0. Astros beat the Marlins 6-3. The Mariners beat the Angels 11-0. Now, this was our bell ringer from last night. Now, let me tell you, that kid, I watched the first inning. That kid that made his Major League debut for the Angels last night, he had all kinds of problems. Double, single, double, homer. I'm surprised they let him come out for the second inning, to be quite honest with you. How about Cal Raleigh? We ring the bell with him, and for the second time this week, he homers from both sides of the plate in a game. Root Sports Northwest.
Has he done it again? Has he done it again? He does! For the third time in his career, and the second time in just the last few days, Cal Raleigh has homered from both sides of the plate.
I mean, this guy, honestly, he's turning into a stud out there.
You talk about on fire. That right there is en fuego when you've got that much lumber going on. And finally, Diamondbacks beat the Braves 1-0 last night. Hell of a pitching duel that they ended up having between Fott and Max Fried. But Eugenio Suarez, how many Eugenio Suarez highlights have I played in the last 10 days, Scotty? During this Diamondback heater that they've been on, this guy has been out of control. He provided all the offense last night on MLB.net.
Reed, hands to the face, now to the belt, and the 3-2. Gino hits it high in the air, deep center field. Kelnick going back. He looks up, it's gone. Gino answers Tandy's call with a solo shot to center, and the D-backs lead 1-0.
There you go, and that's all they needed, and they get back up off the deck like you talk about after Atlanta beat them twice in a row in good games, one of them in extra innings, then the Sale game that was easy money, and then Fott giving Fried problems last night, and Suarez stays hot. This team is going to be very interesting to watch the rest of the way coming out of the break.
They certainly are. And Matt Olson hit a ball in the 9th inning last night, Scotty. I don't know if you saw that highlight, too.
Ooh.
McCarthy on the Diamondbacks took it back from over the
it.
wall. Caught it over.
Yeah.
That was in the 9th inning, 1-0. That would have tied the game, and McCarthy brought it back over the wall. So that saved the game for the Diamondbacks as well in the 9th inning. So there you go. All of last night's action. The Blue Jays placed Kevin Kiermaier on waivers. He's finished, chopped in Toronto as they will move on. All right, I have a lot of all-star stuff for you, and we have to start with Skenes, of course. It was announced this morning that he is going to start the National League in the All-Star Game Tuesday in Arlington. Look at this, Scotty. Almost a year to the day. July 9th is when he was selected first overall in the draft by the Pirates out of LSU. July 16th, which of course is Tuesday coming up, is when he will start the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. A year and a week. That's a hell of a year and a week for that kid. Unbelievable.
Listen, I don't really get into the whole birthdays. Like, I like celebrating, Carver High 28th. I'm on the 29th. I get it. That's always fun that we have the back-to-backs. And then, you get excited for, whatever, Christmas, I guess. And when you're old, you don't care about things like presents and stuff. You want everybody else to be happy. But I got to tell you, I'm putting all that on the side here, side burner. I need that Pittsburgh jersey that he's got on right there in that picture. Can we look at that again? Honestly, this is all I need for my birthday on the 29th is that jersey right there. I need that Pittsburgh jersey badly. Even the hat. Well, while you're at it, you might as well get the hat if you're in the Pirates store. I got to get 34. See, what I'll do is I'll tip Gunner off to the fact that I need that, which he already knows. He's a smart kid. Hopefully he's already transitioned into getting her to get involved in, finding that. I think that is the coolest jersey right there. That Pittsburgh, I mean, that thing is something else. That's like Literally, that's like Willie Stargell days when they had the rings around the hat and the stars. That's as cool as that. I mean, you're looking at that one's. You need one of those, Carver High. I might even have to get you one of them.
I would take one. I would absolutely rock that. That's a great jersey there from the Pirates that they have, and you got to have a Skenes on the back of it, of course. So Torey Lovullo, of course, this morning announced that he's going to be the starter. Yesterday, he kind of dropped the crumbs, Scotty, that this is where he was going to go. He said a lot of nice things about Skenes.
They're all deserving of it. The starters are all deserving of it. In particular, and I know that this is going to go out as fast as lightning. In particular, Paul Skenes, he's come on very quickly. He's been an unbelievable addition to Major League Baseball, and he's created a lot of interest in Major League Baseball. And I'm going to be situationally aware of that when I'm making this decision.
Situationally aware of it. He's starting him. And you know what? He deserves to be the starter on both teams. I mean, that's how good he's been. He deserves this.
I agree. I think he's the best candidate if you took both rosters, American League and National League, and put them together. He has the best case. All right, later on, I'm going to give you where Skenes has gone in the NL Cy Young race. You wouldn't believe where he is now, Scotty. He's close to the top. So we're going to have to discuss that. I've got all the games for tonight. I've got other all-star replacements. So we will do all that with the rest of the baseball later on season.
Listen, if he keeps this up, where he wins every single time he pitches, and he strikes out 10, 11 guys every time he pitches, he'll win the Cy Young.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Will they both make it? Yes. But it has more to do with the fact of the three teams that are not really good at all in Dallas, Washington, and the Sparks, and an Atlanta Dream Team without Ryan Howard that's spiraling out of control. If they can get those two teams, Indiana and Chicago, that's going to be a major boom for ratings.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
DeMar DeRozan now joins that team in Sacramento with the Kings. De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Carter, who they drafted early, Keegan Murray as well. A Kings team, DRS, that has been a playoff contender.
Is it going to equate to a championship? Probably not. But that's not the goal. Make your team better every offseason. The Kings definitely got better with that move here, Ben.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Dave Aragona is with the Daily Racing Forum, and of course, you can follow him on X for free at Horse to Watch and make all kinds of money. We're going to have a Daily Racing Forum here every Friday, and Dave mostly will be the guy that we're talking to about everything going on all summer long with the ponies. And Saratoga, the spa, started up yesterday. One of the greatest places in America for horse racing. We've talked about it before with the Belmont being moved up there, but Spa season is truly one of the coolest things going in horse racing anywhere.
Yeah, I know most casual sports fans are aware of the Triple Crown, maybe the Breeders' Cup in the fall, but the hardcore horse players, real horse racing fans, love the summer season because you get Saratoga on the East Coast, you get Del Mar out on the West Coast, and it just brings together some of the best horses in the country, the best trainers, best jockeys, all converging in one place for some high-level racing for a series of about 2 months during the summer from mid-July right on through Labor Day. So definitely looking forward to this meet that just kicked off yesterday.
So 40 race days in total, and you talk about some of the best horses and trainers and jockeys. Who are your favorites this summer up in Saratoga that are already running as of yesterday?
Well, definitely looking forward to the Travers Stakes, which is about 6 weeks into the meet. That's going to take place on August 24th. That's kind of the next logical step for the horses that competed through the Triple Crown races. TBD on whether the Derby winner Mystic Band is going to wind up there. I think there's some reporting that he might be skipping the race, but a lot of others that competed through the Preakness, Belmont Stakes will be pointing towards that Travers. It really is going to settle a lot of the questions that were left from the Triple Crown because he did have 3 different horses winning those 3 legs of the series. So hoping to see some of them match up later in the summer. But there are top-level stakes races every week right up until then and through Labor Day. So looking forward to each week of this meet. You get, like I said, top trainers and jockeys. I think 2 of the names that people will have their eye on at this meet are Irad Ortiz Jr., who is one of the top jockeys in the country. He's been the leading rider for the past several years, typically has a big Saratoga, and Chad Brown, who is one of his partners. They team up on a lot of horses. He is the best trainer in the country, has won the last few Eclipse Awards, and Chad Brown tied for the trading title last year. That was a bit of an upset that he didn't win it outright, but he definitely has a strong hand of horses to play through this summer season.
We'll talk about the Diana in a second, but back to the Travers. There is a lot of money at stake with this race around the world. Every, satellite house, you name it, real horse bettors are all over the Travers. What kind of money are we talking about here? Has it done in the past? It's huge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not far below those Triple Crown races. It's a real focus of the summer season. A lot of the 3-year-olds that garner that attention early in the season, they all point there. I think this year we're anticipating the likes of Dornoch and Mindframe, who hit the wire together in the Belmont, as well as Seize the Gray, that upset winner of the Preakness. We've got some other horses from the Triple Crown, like Sierra Leone, who was the beaten favorite in the Derby. Chad Brown, who is Sierra Leone's trainer, has another horse that's just come along since the Triple Crown named Unmatched Wisdom, who some people are very excited about. So I think we're looking forward to how that race is going to shape up. Hopefully they all make it to that race in mid-August, because it should be a great race to wager on, just wide open at this point, because we don't have a clear leader of that division right now.
The best 3-year-olds in horse racing will be at the Travers in August at Saratoga. Always fun to see that race. Let's talk about this weekend, the Diana. Now, you talk about Chad Brown. I mean, it's like he's got a monopoly on this race, and it really is crazy. He's won 7 of the last 8 Dianas, and he has 5 horses in the field. Is that even legal?
I know, it seems like it shouldn't be. That's a conversation that happens in horse racing circles quite often, the monopoly that he has, especially in this particular division. These are turf horses, or horses that prefer to run on the grass, female horses, and he really has an overabundance of quality in that division, and you see it with him having half of this 10-horse field. But they're all individual betting interests, so it's still not easy to figure out who to wager on. I like the number 5, Gina Romantica. She's going to be a bit of a price. She's 8-1 on the morning line. She's a horse that I think is cycling up to a better race, has had some tough trips in her last couple of starts, and she might be the right value option in this Diana on Saturday.
All right, the number 5 horse, Gina Romantica. Sounds like a chick I used to date. 8-1 odds right now. We'll see if Chad Brown can pull it off again. Weather might be an issue this weekend up at Saratoga. We'll see how it plays out. From the Daily Racing Farm, my man Dave. We'll see you again next week. Thank you, buddy. Enjoy the weekend. Great job.
SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Fantasy sports today.
Can he be a guy that's really useful?